Welcome back to another Babbling beer review, guys, in the King&Dragon. I did say there's another one coming soon from Bays, and here it is. I've got it on today. It's Claw Pale Ale. It's another one of their charity brews, brewed in conjunction with Peyton Zoo, helping the halt of species decline. It's a 4.3% ABV pale ale from Bays Brewery. As I say, good old Bays Brewery. As you all know, the ones that watch my channel, I'm a fan of. But they do these, as I said before, they do these charity brews throughout the year. We just had Evergreen. I was a bit late to getting that one. That's now come off, and this is the next one in their run of 4 charity brews that they do throughout. They'll be doing through 2025. There's a Hoy that'll be after this one, and then Jingle Ale, which is their sort of Christmas beer, but they do it for charities, like hospice charities and things like that. So this one is, as I say, brewed in partnership with Peyton Zoo, to celebrate a new pool for its Sumatran tigers. Babbling beer reviews. 5% of proceeds go to the wildlife conservation to help halt species decline. So 5% of each pint or box or case of beer or whatever you buy, I suppose, off of every bottle, the 5% goes towards helping halt species decline. They do one every year for these, and I tell you, some of these beers they do, they are really good. I mean, you know, you think they're just sort of recycled, but they're not. They're always different, and they've still got Bays signature taste, but they're always good. They did one a few years ago, I think that's about it. It was Crocodile, it was called. That was a really good one. I think a really popular one. And this Evergreen one's gone down really well with people as well as an IPA. It's just a shame they don't keep them on permanently, and then, you know, because they are a really nice beer. I mean, that was an IPA, but it was a very nice IPA. So yeah, this is the next one on, and this is on for, I don't know, it's available. It's available from the 21st of April to the 16th of June. So if you get some soon, go to baysbrewery.co.uk. There's other videos and I've talked about Bays. I've been around a little while. Very, very good family brewery. Probably the best I've ever dealt with for money, customer service, everything. Pete and his team, I know I say it a lot if you've seen the videos, but anything you want, anything, brilliant. So I can't recommend them enough. And the costs as well, the value of the beer. You go on their site, they're always giving like money off loyalty for either 15% or sometimes 30%, and that makes a massive difference. I mean, when I have a 30% off and I get a box of 18 polypin bag box down to me delivered from Torbay at £30 and 10 pence, you know, you can't get it in the pub for that if you buy the pints, 18 pints. And I stick it on the beer engineer, and it's lovely. You know, it's as good as having it out, and it's far cheaper. But yeah, price and even if you buy the bottles of beer, they do bottles, polypin bags, such a wide range of different beers on there. Check them out. And they also do some gins as well. They sort of support local businesses and promote local businesses as well within the area. They're doing the Pirate Day at the Brixham Pirate Day they do every year. That looks quite good. I've never been down to one, but I'd like to go one year, where you dress up and whatever, and it looks, you know, looks like a good day out. So if you're down that way in Brixham within the next couple of, I think it's the beginning of May. It's the first week of May, I think. I don't remember the exact dates, but if you're down that way, it's worth checking out. So yeah, and it says Claw is a copper coloured pale ale that is fierce in flavour with its citrus character and refreshing fruity notes. Brewed in partnership with Peyton Zoo. So yeah, a copper coloured pale ale that's fierce in flavour with its citrus character, refreshing fruity notes. So I'm going to go and pour one round and pour one out, Babbling beer reviews, and see what we think. Let's get it poured. The thing is, I always put mine with the sparklers. You guys know that watch. You know, if I like it with the sparkler on. Obviously it's optional. If you don't, you know, then don't. And if you buy the box and don't have a beer engine, you're going to pour it straight off the tap anyway, so you're not even going to worry about this. Or you're going to have a bottle where you pop the cap off and pour away. I mean, for me, I prefer, you know, the box, because I don't like the fizz that comes. Not all of them, some ales are good, and if they're conditioned in the bottle, you know, they don't, not so bad. But for me, cask beers and, you know, straight from the bag wins for me every time. So there she blows. Let's drop her down there and get back round with you. That's better. Get your seat back. So there we go. So a 4.3% pale ale. And I say 5% of proceeds go towards helping halt species decline. So I quite like the pump clip as well. I just, you know, claw. As I say, Pete's good as gold. Well, you know, sends me a pump clip, and I like them really because they're only a sort of one-off thing. But I've got so many of them, I'll stick a few more around on the roof and that. Yeah, I just think, you know, they're lovely. Some of them are good design. They're one-off, so it's something to keep for someone like me. Being bottle caps, is pump clips, little things please, little minds, you know. So there we go, it's settled out. And that's why I like my sparkler on the end. Babbling, I lost my train of thought then. I like my beer to look like a beer. It's lovely and clear, a nice golden looking colour. That's a nice looking clean beer, isn't it? Look at that. Babbling Beer Reviews. Nice and clear, lovely colour. That is a nice colour. Yeah, nice sort of golden coloured beer. Some of them you get a sort of strawy colour, but that's a nice colour. I like that. Very clean. This one smells really nice as well. I mean, although you get that sort of base signature, I say that base signature scent or flavour in there, this one, you can smell a sort of subtle citrusy sweetness. You can smell fruits as well. But it's pleasant, you know. It's not, some of them you sort of smell and they, you know, they're really pungent, and you think, well, this is, before you even get to it, you can smell it. You think, it smells a good beer before you even drink it. You know, it's one of them. They're so good at making these. So I can't fault them. But let's get it in and have a cheers. As I say, beers, bays, beers, Babbling Beer Reviews. So we've had a few beers, Lee. They've got that thing that's theirs, you know. I just know it's a Bayes beer, but it's ever so smooth. Their beers, I mean, look at that, clear as day, that's smooth as you like. Nice white head on it. .3. You'd never believe you're drinking a 4.3 beer. What I mean by that is, you know, it's not strong, but I suppose it is, when you think a lot of them are sort of 3%, 3.4, whatever, ales. I suppose most of them are 4, but 4.3. And the last one, you know, when you think about that one, the IPA, what was that? I think it was a 4.5, I think, wasn't it? Something like that. Let's have a quick look. I'm sure it was a... No, I'll tell a lie. It was a 4.2, the last one. And the gold now, the mate, is a 4.7, where their Devon Dumplings are 5.1 ABV, and that's nice beer. So be interesting to see what this Ahoy tastes like. But this claw, is smooth with its citrus is minimal for me. I'm not getting that, you know, although you've got that sort of scent on the nose there. You know, people use grapefruit in a lot of this, but it's next to nothing. A little bit on the back of the, you know, that citrus, but it's got a nice, a fruity thing about it, but it's not, you know, like you don't think, oh, it's a fruity beer, and it's not. It's that's a nice, good sessionable pale ale. You get carried away with that. You'd easily get carried. If you like, you know, a nice sort of middle of the road beer, this is lovely. Just about the right sort of temperature as well. It's warm today, but that's nice. Obviously, the fruits they use in there all adds and blends that flavour, but it's so subtly done. When something is subtle, there's subtle flavours. And then you've got your sort of that nice golden malt. You just got that nice beery, malty sort of goodness. Yeah, I can imagine I'll be in for a couple of boxes of this before it goes. Yeah, another good one, another 10 for me, 10 out of 10. I can't fault them, as I say, for the money, the price, everything else. They did one back a couple of years back called Breaker. When I first had that one, I weren't overly keen. I had it in the pub where I used to go in the village where I lived, and no, it wasn't Breaker. Was it Breaker? I love it's called Storm, I think. But when I first had it, I just couldn't get, first impressions, I thought, oh, but the more I had of it, the more I enjoyed it. And then, of course, by the time I'd got into and thought, well, yeah, I'll have a pint of that again, they'd gone, because they're only for a certain amount of time. So, something like that again down the road, maybe I'll make one. But again, that nice linger, that base sort of flavoured beer linger. I love it. I'm biased, what can I say? I love it, it's such a good beer. So look, nice lacing on the glass. Yeah, it's just a good all-rounder again. So if you want a nice pale ale at reasonable price, get onto baysbrewery.co.uk and get yourself some. I don't think you'll go far wrong with that. If you like a pale ale, that's up there. There we go. So that's another one, Claw. And yeah, I'll leave you to it. I'm just gonna go off now and watch the football. Big Champions League game. It could be all over for us. The league is finished, but this, we live in hope that we might win something. My brother got me a nice cup for my birthday. It stays now on the side. It's probably about right, isn't it? Yeah, the only cup they're going to win this year. Could be the case. I hope not. I hope them boys go and do it. But, who knows? We'll see, won't we? By the next video, I suppose I'd know. So, whatever you're doing, have a good evening. And I'll catch you soon for another waffling, babbling beer review at the King and Dragon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Look after yourselves.